Hello folks, and welcome to my live stream. Thank you all for being awesome and joining me today. I'm going to be streaming live on Twitch every morning at 9 a.m. and then uploading this to YouTube the following day. Today we're going to try and cover some beginner's tips and tricks. The top tips that I wish somebody would have told me when I first started playing the game. This is also a special episode because of the month of September being Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. Bam, you might have seen it in some of the descriptives. Just a friendly reminder, be a friend, reach out, do something out there today for your own mental health, and try and reach out to a friend, namely by being a friend. The top tips were actually, I'm just starting off today. All I've done was I grabbed Eric to be a friend. I want to get him up to friendship level 10. And first thing I do every day when I log in is I'm going to check my crops, make sure to pick up, harvest, plant, dig up any stuff that you see in the ground. You see a little shiny spot, go and dig it up. You see a rock over there, break it up. The things that can be mined, go and do some mining, pick up your twigs, your flowers. Make sure to also, if you have plants like these over here that can be harvested, make sure to harvest those, get the apples, the berries. I put them into chests. That's one of my top tips. Make sure to get all your berry plants, your trees, get them into one centralized location. I did leave one of each in their original biomes, just in case there is an update that requires you to gather so many apples in whatever region, then you know you've got a tree there, or a bush, or whatever you need in that region. I don't foresee that as happening, but you never know. If you are on the PC, then chances are your controls are going to be a little bit different than mine. It's a F on the PC in order to access your menu, your furniture menu and whatnot. A Y and escape is going to be used a lot. I use a controller for a lot of my controls, so you'll see that these controls will change depending on what you're doing. You'll zoom in and out, rotate your camera, save and exit, depending on your activity for the day. As you can see, I've taken Remy's restaurant and maxed it out. Do some designing, max out your village the way you like. When I got Remy's house, I put it across the street pretty much behind Scrooge's house. You can see it over there. Another thing I did was I cleared out this little area in the back. So there's a nice little play area. I got some flowers. Get over to my house. I've got all my crops. Got about 300 crops. So when I harvest, I end up with about almost 500, depending on the friendship level of the one I have gardening with me. Also, something I've done is up in the Forgotten Lands, I have cleared out some of the trees because I just can't see around the area that well. So what I did was I cleared those out so I could. That way I could run around. I'll do my mining and I'll pick up sticks, and that way you get your iron ore, you get your sticks, gather up the iron ore. You're going to need a lot of that for the future game. I then use this ramp to come back down to this area and do the same on this half. You're mining, picking up your sticks, your iron ore, your flowers. You can't get back across the river from this side because as of yet I don't have the ability to get across those bridges. So I have my well on this side. You can do that. Just go into personalization, edit your menu. You can grab that well. You can place it wherever you want. I have Goofy's back here near the berry trees, so when I do walk up to this area from my house, I can come up that ramp, access this area, do my harvesting on this side. But generally when I do my harvesting, I'm going to start up here. I'm going to come down the ramp to this side. I'm going to do a teleport down to here to the Glade of Trust. I'm going to do the same thing down here. I'm going to walk around the whole perimeter. I'm going to do my mining. I'm going to pick up the rocks, the flowers, the sticks. You're going to get your light wood, your soft wood, your dark wood, your hardwood. You can see I get my clay from here as well. All the places where I was just digging for clay. I have another video where I cover how to fill in those holes in a very quick and efficient manner. Wally's garden is here. I haven't moved anybody else's house, really. Haven't done too much with personalizing this area other than I put a couple of trees and bushes over here by Goofy's hut. So when I do teleport to this area from the well, I can just go directly to Goofy's place, or I can run back down to the Glade of Trust or wherever I need to go. I try and organize it as best I can. As you can see down here on the beach, you're going to want to gather up your scallops, your clams, do your mining down here, pick your flowers, get rid of the vines, make sure you harvest all your plants. Here you got Goofy's hut over here where you can sell stuff to Goofy's shack. Make sure to get rid of those vines. Again, then you can make your way back up to here, the Forest of Valor. Another good place to get some iron ore. There's only a couple places here where you can do some harvesting. Same thing with up here, you can get some hardwood. Do that every day. Just make your rounds around the entire perimeter. I would say at least once a day. You can do it like every 15 minutes. If you're stopping to dig for clay, it's going to take you a little bit longer. You can just stick with these three areas for the dark wood, the hardwood, the clay. That's what I usually do. Later on, now that I'm higher level, and that's pretty much what I need a lot of for Mickey's quests. So again, you need to pick up, harvest, break rocks, vines, dig, clean up everything, sell fish. Don't keep them to eat, just sell it if you don't need it now, except like some items like your seaweed. You're going to need to keep some of that. Let's see, hold on to 1 or 2 energy restoring items like fish, or some food. If you've got some plants that you can harvest, like I do over here, you just gather those. You can go do your picking up sticks, do some digging for your clay, and if you run low on energy, you can eat those, and then you're good to go again without having to run all the way back to your house to refill on energy. Going all the way back to your house when you've got plants that you can just harvest and eat. Better to get the money for it, but then again, you're out here and you're grinding for that stuff. Better not to even have to leave the area. Okay, money making tips. You want to plant and sell at the very beginning of the game when you start off. For new players out there, your tomatoes or carrots are going to be your best bet. They're going to be available from Goofy's shack, and when you unlock Goofy's shack, then you can purchase either the carrots or the tomatoes depending on which shack you unlock first, and then proceed from there. Down here you can get some tomatoes. Those are going to be your biggest money makers until you get to the point where you can buy the canola. The canola you're going to find up here in the Forest of Valor. Goofy's shack will sell the canola. That's going to be your best bang for your buck, not only in your money, but also for friendship levels. Every time you plant, every time you water, every time you harvest, and you need to water that canola a couple of times. 3 times, I believe, 4 if it's not in its proper realm up there. Or if it rains, you don't have to water it as much. But I highly recommend canola, using that as a staple, at least until you unlock the Forgotten Lands up here, where you can get pumpkin seed. You get pumpkin seed, you can buy that, just plant it. That's what I use for my main moneymaker. I prefer to use okra because I can just plant it, go on to do my thing, and come back and harvest it 2 hours later. It only needs to be watered once. pumpkin, as you can see, I have half my crops are not ready for harvest because I planted one group pumpkin, I planted another group of okra, and then when I came back today, the other half was needing watered. So that's an issue with pumpkin. If you log out and you come back, it's going to need to be watered. So if you have the ability, plant your pumpkin, come back 2 hours later, water it. It's going to take you maybe 10 minutes, depending on how many crops you have. And then you can leave again for another 2 hours, come back and harvest it. Plant your next set. That's going to be your biggest money maker right there. But I prefer canola if you still have friends that you need to get to level 10. If all of your friends are level 10 like mine are, except for Eric, go with pumpkin or okra. Another tip that I want to cover today, very quickly now. We're about 11 minutes into the video, and I could have sped through these in 10 minutes, make it a speed run. But I want everybody to like get the feel for it here. We've got you're going to need seaweed, a lot of seaweed in the game to make fiber and your rope for a lot of quests. Also iron ore and some gemstone. You're going to need some gemstone for some quests. So I would highly recommend collecting the iron ore, collecting your seaweed, say about 200 each of those, just until you get like past a few of those first quests where you get Moana's boat and Goofy's boat. You're going to need more chests for storage. As you can see, I have a chest over by Remy's realm for gathering the berries and stuff. I've got a couple of chests in my house. Another tip is use your map to find your friends and locations. Click on it and there's going to be a shiny path to light your way. Make sure to use that. Let me show you here what happens when you do that. Let's exit here, go to your map, and say I wanted to find a route to Goofy. Just highlight Goofy and it's going to show you a little shiny route. You know exactly where to go to find Goofy. Alright, easy peasy. You can change your companions in your wardrobe. You go to your wardrobe right here in companions. You can see the pets that I've fed. I've done a video on the critters. I haven't spent a lot of time feeding the critters, but I highly recommend it if you want to change your pet. You want to change your critters that are hanging out with you. Video on critters is a great way to go. Let's see, the rabbits like carrots, squirrels like peanuts. Like I said, whole video on it. And you can move anything. We covered that. Reminder: the game is still in development, and have fun. You know, don't take it too seriously. Try not to get too frustrated when things bug out. I had a few issues myself. We all have. Just have fun. Let's see. That is about it for the main tips I wanted to go over. Save time and materials. You have one of the items in your inventory. This is going to be the tip of the day I'm going to include in today's video. Say like my trellises around my garden. Got a bunch of those. I did not create all of those. A lot of them I stole from here. When you start the game, in front of Mickey's house, there's a small little garden here and a few trellises. You can take one of those, go into your editing mode, go into furniture, and I just, grab one, put it away. Do not put it back on the ground, just keep it in your inventory, and then go into Scrooge's and go like you're going to order something. I'll show you. Go into his shop here. Yeah. And where's Scrooge? Let's show you here. Really quick. And he's probably going down the stairs on the other side, of course. We just went through this morning. Here we go. Go over to Scrooge like we want to order something.
Almost as bright as my money.
Say, I'd like to order some items. What type of item are you looking for? Whether it's clothing, whether it's furniture. Because I'm using the trellis as an example, go to furniture, to all, You're going to scroll down until you see that trellis. Don't think I have any trellis in my inventory right now. I do, actually. So if you have that item in your inventory, you don't necessarily have to gather up all the materials to build it. That also goes for chests. I was going to make a couple of chests today, but I think I placed the one I had, which means I'm going to have to go and pick one up if I want to buy. Oh, there we go. There. We're just going to buy like 5 chests. Something to keep in mind is there is a daily limit to how many chests you can buy from Scrooge. He's not in the business of letting you get everything that you need. So 25 items is your max. I did that with the trellises the first time. I bought 25 of them and I couldn't come back and buy more. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's see. We talked about the money. What else do we got going on here? Let's see. Some people have said you can change the time in your computer or your system in order to skip time ahead. Don't do that. It's caused a lot of bugs for people. Daily tasks: plant, harvest, feed the critters, give your friends gifts, and chat with them. Every day there's a blue chest that is spawned in your area, in your map, so find that and open that. You can go up to the world editor, customize your valley however you need. We talked pretty much about all the items I wanted to put into today's video. I would definitely recommend like getting a chest for your dirt, sticks, sand, rocks, and other outside stuff. Place it near your house to collect that stuff. You want to build a chest for like spices and herbs. Place them near your house. Like basil, garlic, ginger, mint, mushroom, oregano, vanilla. I've kind of done that around Remy's restaurant. Thank you, Scrooge, for showing everybody here. And maybe a fruit chest like I have over by Remy's restaurant for all your fruit that you pick up. Your apples, bananas, blueberries, cherries, cocoa beans. Maybe a seafood chest for shrimp, crab, lobster, oysters, clams, scallops, and squid. Just kind of items that you would use a lot in recipes. You're going to want to gather up and collect if you do a lot of cooking, especially. The gems, the chests are not big enough to hold all the different types of gems. So what I've done is I've got one chest for all the gems except for the diamonds. The diamonds I have put back into my main storage that you get when you start the game. I've got my diamonds in here. As you can see, my chests are pretty full because I'm gathering for whatever may come up. I've got a quest from Minnie that requires a lot of clay and a lot of hardwood. Occasionally, you're going to get a lot of quests that require softwood, or you're going to need softwood for crafting things. I did get a lot of bricks from Christoph's shack when he was selling them, just in case I wanted to craft like a walkway. Also do that with fabric because you have a couple of quests that come up and you need fabric for. Fabric becomes available in Christoph's shack on kind of a rotating basis. Your hardwood and drywood also keep in here. This is a purified night shard for a quest. But I also keep my dream shards, my crystals, my night shards, along with my gold, pebbles, and iron ore, and all my coal ore. You're gonna need your coal ore for cooking, and if you're gonna do the pumpkin thing where you harvest the pumpkin and then make pumpkin puffs out of them, you could make a little bit more money. It is time consuming, so if you have time, by all means do it. You do earn a considerable amount of money by doing it. For those of you who are not familiar with that, let's see, got a note here for it, and I wrote down how to do it. Here I need to purchase your milk. See, I usually plant 300 seeds. You end up with about 500 harvested with a buddy for a sell price of 360,000 abouts. If you buy the materials you need for a souffle from Remy's, you can spend about 45 minutes of cooking those 500 pumpkin into pumpkin puffs, and your selling price is then 807,000. Got basically 220,000, 230,000 in profits after your materials and time, because you do have to go and you're going to have to either buy the coal ore. If you gather it and you have 500, which I don't, I gather my coal ore all the time since the beginning of the game, and as you can see, I have just over 103 to be precise, and I've done not a whole lot of cooking. A couple of times I've done 25 or 50 items because there are goals. If you go to your Dreamlight, and that's the other thing I wanted to cover, is easy way to get Dreamlight is in your Dreamlight duties. Check your Dreamlight duties; those change as you gather them and you complete them. They will fill. Once I get 500 star coins, that'll go away. It'll bring in a new one. Sell 2 meals, that'll go away. It'll bring a new one. Make sure you check your foraging, your gardening, your fishing. All of these are easy ways to get Dreamlight. See, some of them are really easy. Just make friends. That's something to do on your daily play. Mining, gardening, foraging. These are all items that can be easier. Small little bug there. Yeah, and that's the pumpkin thing for those of you who are interested. That's not the reason why I do pumpkin. I plant pumpkin because it does give you the most money. For me, I prefer to do my planting and get my job done. I believe that about covers it for today. Getting close to 25 minutes here. We want to keep it short for YouTube. I'm going to call it quits and do some grinding to get Eric up to level 10 and get some money, and the rest of what I'm going to do today is going to be a lot of mining and picking up hardwood for the quest for Minnie. I really appreciate all of you joining me, and don't forget Suicide Prevention and Awareness Month of September, all month long. We're putting out a little friendly reminder. Be a friend, take care of your mental health, your friend's mental health. Everybody matters, everybody's important. Even the Karens out there, they need something. I don't know what it is, but everybody needs something. We all use a smile and a hug. Make sure to let your friends know that you care about them. Reach out and be a friend. I don't want to sound like Barney, but for lack of better terms, just be friendly. I love you all, and thank you for joining. Don't forget to subscribe and join my Twitch stream every day at 9 a.m. Try to stream for a longer period of time than this. Try and get more viewers, more subscribers. Also on YouTube, we post every day at 9 a.m. Except for my days off of work, in which it's debatable whether or not you'll see me stream or not. Do some harvesting here and play around. If you catch me playing another game streaming, then hope you join me there. Thank you all, and I'll keep being awesome. Bye now.